I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, they'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
Yeah. You're in the presence of...
Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dolphins and the Rams, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gunn here with Charles Davis, and for the Dolphins, what a turnaround under first-year head coach Mike McDaniel. I mean, this is a franchise that had not won a playoff game since the year 2000, but wow, I mean, they're AFC champions.
Give them a big amount of credit for getting here. And how about this franchise in total? They have won the Super Bowl twice. But those were Super Bowls 7 and 8 in 1973-74. They are so excited to be back in the big game.
Meanwhile, the L.A. Rams, they are back in the Super Bowl for the third time in 5 years. And, of course, looking to be the first team to go back-to-back since the Patriots did it 2 decades ago.
Let me continue with that theme, partner. Run it back has become the phrase in vogue. You remember, Kansas City tried to run it back, didn't get it done. Tampa Bay tried the same, didn't get it done. Can these Rams pull it off?
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Tua going to tap this forward on a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Looking deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From way up at the 23. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Stafford to his #1 guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Stafford. Steps away to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And Gay knocks this one through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here. And the ball is out.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Oh, they'll try and sneak this.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that's going to be incomplete.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
While the ultimate result was an incomplete pass, they sure look like a well-coached team because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the running back usually runs a check down. He took it deep, and they gave it a big shot and came up unsuccessful.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
One quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 7-3 the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Tua on 4th down. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Mostert. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Stafford on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Stafford. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. 1st down Rams. Now Stafford. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Matthew Stafford, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Okay, right?
From midfield, here's Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here we go. Here we
After
go.
the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this one too low.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. And this will stay a 4-point game. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit hype.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll run right side with Mostert.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, this is the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he rifles one incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Stafford. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Stafford. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Gay's kick is good, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Waddle going to bring this out of the end zone now. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 8. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it makes it hard to defend.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
3rd quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10.
22. Let's go here.
Throwing is Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, that's out to the flat for Akers. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Stafford on 3rd down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Rams have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Stafford's going to try and throw for him. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Waddle will return this from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Ready, set.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Tua. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football. It out on the sideline.
Tua on 4th down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 34. On 2nd and 9, Stafford buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. John Jenkins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. Touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Rams have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Tua. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Tua. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Showed that brute strength, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Tua to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Tagovailoa. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Taylor Rapp with a pick. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
A give up the middle to Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. In motion left, Robinson. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Now Tua. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he will get out of bounds with 23 seconds to play as he does pick up a first down.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here's Tua.
He's going to let it fly.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Tua.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Here we go, set.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The Rams have won the Super Bowl. And they will get the Lombardi Trophy.
Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop.